Breakout or fake out? The markets are at a critical crossroads right now, and after we're back in action after the long weekend, I'm going to be watching for two possible scenarios from my 6 money making patterns. Stay tuned right to the end where you'll hear a very quick but fun fact about the stock market. With that said, let's look at the charts. So with a cup of tea and a hobnob in hand, we are waiting for Tuesday's open. And ahead of that, I'm looking at two key setups that could drive the next movement, to be fair, up or down. Now, part of my 6 money making patterns is, first of all, to identify a range, which we have here. We've been looking at this range for the last several weeks. But what we have got now is we've got this breakout and pullback scenario. So what we can do is, assuming that the market's open and we head higher, we can start thinking about the breakout setup. So scenario number one is nice and simple, a breakout. Now we can also take the height of that range and project it up, and that'll give us a target to aim for new all-time highs, 62.70. Now the second scenario is, well, what if we don't break out? What if we break out briefly and we retreat back inside the range? So scenario number two is to push down back into that range, possibly below 6,100, and again pull back and then push down from the range high to the range low. Again, range low for me is 59.70, and that for me is scenario number two. So it's either breakout or a break back in to the range. Sometimes that might be known as a false breakout. Again, I've always known it as a break back in, meaning that we can spend some time outside the range and then break back in, because we've got these very well-defined boundaries. Now, in fairness, both those things could happen. We could see target one reached, and then scenario two happens where we break back into the range. That's totally perfectly fine as well. So it doesn't necessarily mean we'll have a false breakout if scenario two unfolds. We could see both of those things happen. So what's the plan? Obviously, we need to wait for Tuesday's open and basically see which one of these scenarios unfolds. We've got the breakout pullback for the continuation on the bull side. We've got the bearish scenario, and there's no clues over on ADD. We're kind of in the middle ground. So it'll be interesting to see where we open on the kind of the whole market assessments. But again, for the moment, we are in that range and we're just nudging at the upper boundary. And this gives us a lovely each way trading opportunity. It's either going to be bullish on the breakout or bearish on the reversal down to the lows. As promised, here's a lovely stock market fact. So did you know that the biggest post-holiday market crash happened in 1929 when the Dow plunged 12.8% after the weekend, which then triggered the Great Depression? Now the lesson here is that markets don't take holidays, they just store volatility for later, and that's why as smart traders we're staying prepared for the anything can happen after the holidays, whether it's a bullish break or a bearish break. We don't care with our style of trading, but we're prepared for an up or a down scenario. So if you're worried about the coming economic collapse, then what if you could generate $500 to $5,000 days with a simple, proven system in just 10 to 20 minutes a day? This 3-step SPX income system is 100% rule-based, it's recession-proof, it's precedent-proof, and it's a method that works in any market conditions. You don't need to make market predictions, there's no stress, just results. It's a simple, repeatable system designed for consistency. So you just master one skill and you never have to worry about the markets ever again. So if you want to take a look at this, you can start today and unlock your financial freedom fast. Click the link next to this video and you can watch a free training where I outline one of my favorite money making patterns that's included in this system. So click the link and I will see you over on the free training.